Hello and thank you for joining us on another episode of The Eagle. The Eagle is a program that chronicles the activities of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. I am Aisha Muhammad.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
On the program today, Moving Image Limited, funded by MacArthur Foundation, donates 156 episodes of anti-corruption drama series to EFCC. Army Air Force pledged to support EFCC in its fight against corruption. A special report on the role of religion in fighting corruption. This and more right after this timeout. Please stay tuned. A total of 156 episodes of anti-corruption radio drama series titled Shugabanchi, produced by Moving Image Limited and funded by MacArthur Foundation, has been donated to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission management at a brief ceremony in the agency's headquarters in Abuja. Speaking through a Zoom link, Kwale Shetima, Director, MacArthur Foundation Africa, noted that the government and civil societies needed to work together to win the war against corruption. Martha Ete has the details on this.
Shetima said that the MacArthur Foundation offered to fund a radio drama series based on its belief that it would play a vital role in instigating behavioral change among the people at the grassroots. Managing Director, Moving Image Limited, Abdul Karim Mohammed, disclosed that the drama series, which are in sync with the organization's vision to mobilize the grassroots population to embrace the fight against corruption, was made possible through a grant from MacArthur Foundation. He explains that the 156 episodes of Shugabanchi have been aired in over 7 radio stations in the north over a period of 3 years and were being donated to the EFCC to be aired in any radio station of the Commission's choice as a contribution to the fight against corruption. Mohammed also said the program will bring government's efforts at routing out corruption in the country nearer home to grassroots listeners, stressing that by the time people see the damage corruption does, they will key into the anti-corruption fight.
We feel that by the time you sensitize people at that grassroots level to see corruption as a means of changing them, they will fight it. And that is the essence of this. And we are very happy to now be in a situation where we are concluding the campaign, but we feel it should not end. That is why we said EFCC should key into it. We give you the 156 episodes, and you can buy airtime in other radio stations or go in partnership with Federal Radio Corporation and get subsidy because you are a government agency, they are a government agency. So all you need, Honorable Chairman, is the airtime to show that this campaign should be kept alive. And you have 3 years to do that. Every week, if you put one episode of this program, it will take you 3 years to finish. And we are finishing by February next year. So if you have the copies, you can make arrangement to ensure that this thing continues for another 3 years, because fighting corruption is not something you do overnight. It takes time.
In his response, the acting chairman of the EFCC, Mohammed Umar Abba, expressed gratitude to Moving Image Limited and MacArthur Foundation for the donation, noting that the radio drama initiative fits into the Commission's corruption prevention mandate. Umar said the EFCC prioritizes corruption prevention and has strategic programs directed at different population segments in the society, of which drama is one of them.
We are coming to EFCC at this auspicious time with the donation of 156 episodes of Hausa drama series titled Sugar Banchi. Is very, very timely. Therefore, on behalf of the management and staff of the EFCC, I welcome you all and sincerely appreciate your kind gesture. For us at the EFCC, we have always prioritized preventive measures, while also not relegating the importance of enforcement of other laws. This led to the creation of an enlightenment and reorientation unit in the Department of Public Affairs to cater and sustain the rigorous public education and sensitization of the public concerning ills of corruption, economic and financial crimes in our nation. The unit designed strategies and programs targeted at different segments of the society, and drama happens to be one of such programs. You will agree with me that drama mirrors life, teaches morals, motivates audience, causes attitudinal changes in our society, and remains longer in the memories of both the listeners and the viewers alike. This is why we consider your kind gesture today as a big contribution to the anti-corruption drive of the EFCC, as these drama episodes will go a long way in pushing and amplifying our anti-corruption messages to the target audience.
Martha Eche, reporting for The Eagle.
My people, you see, time don't come where we go stop to grumble. Make we talk about this matter where they table. Before this country go fumble, come tumble. Time don't come where we go hold ourselves accountable and responsible. See as corruption make man pikin dey miserable. See as the hunger dey unbearable. Electricity no dey stable. Our roads no dey reliable. Education no dey affordable. Even elections myself, e no dey credible. Who we go hold responsible? But una know say a great Nigeria dey possible. This cankerworm called corruption, e dey curable. Me and you, we dey able, we dey capable, and together we go create an economy that is sustainable. That is why I dey beg all of una, make una support the EFCC so that we fit kick this nyama thing wey they call corruption comot for this country. I beg, make una support EFCC.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
The commander, 3 Brigade Nigerian Army Kano, Brigadier General Bamidele Ali Alabi, has commended the EFCC for leading the fight against corruption in Nigeria. He made the remark when the zonal head of the Kano office of the commission, Sanusa Aliyu Muhammad, paid him a courtesy visit in his office. Abbas Abubakar Omar has the details.
General Alabi, who assured the Commission of the Brigade's cooperation in the areas of security and intelligence sharing, said that the Commission can always consider the Brigade as its home, adding that in terms of security, the EFCC can be assured of its cooperation. Muhammad, in his remark, disclosed that the purpose of his visit was to cement the existing relationship between the two agencies. In a similar visit to the commander of the Nigerian Air Force Base, Air Commodore M.A. Issa, the zonal head assured the Nigerian Air Force of the Commission's readiness for support and collaboration in achieving its objectives, stressing that the purpose of the visit was to get acquainted with one another, seek support and collaboration of the Nigerian Air Force, all aimed at strengthening the existing relationship between the two organizations. Commodore Issa, in his response, assured the Commission of the Nigerian Air Force readiness to assist the Commission whenever the need arises. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for The Eagle.
Corruption is a cankerworm, na cankerworm. I say na cankerworm, na cankerworm. Corruption don't finish. finish our country. Nigeria women rise up and come together, oh yeah.
Every woman come out, we go fight corruption together, oh. Every woman fall out, we go kill corruption together, oh.
Them they thief our money, send them obodo yibo. Children they suffer every day, better school in no day. Nigeria women come, oh. Women from every sector, make we fight corruption, we won't kill our country. Them go collect money for light, chop the money, light we no see. Good road and good health and call, we no see. I said
Join the EFCC in its crusade to rid Nigeria of corruption. Naija, now we all know.
The Sokoto Zonal Office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has handed over recovered constituency empowerment items to National Directorate of Employment NDE Sokoto State for onward disbursement to the beneficiaries. Abbas Abubakar Umar again has the details.
Some of the items recovered were 39 motorcycles, 24 assembled and 15 unassembled, 22 grinding machines and 10 units of sewing machines to the National Directorate of Employment NDE Sokoto. They are diverted constituency empowerment items recovered from a contractor with the directorate. The Sokoto zonal head of the EFCC, Bawa Usman Kaltungo, while handing over the items, described the development as a milestone in the fight against corruption. In her response, the state coordinator, NDE Sokoto, Eunice John Damala, who received the items on behalf of NDE for onward distribution to constituents in Isa Sabon Birni Federal Constituency of the state, assured the Commission of equitable disbursement of the items and commended the EFCC for its efforts in the zone. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle.
Corruption is dishonesty and illegal behavior by people in positions of trust. A public office is a public trust. Do not abuse positions of trust for private gains. Stay away from corruption. Nigeria is a great nation, and it is our responsibility to make the country greater. If you notice any act of corruption, please report to the EFCC via info@efccnigeria.org or call 09 904 4751 or 09 904 4752. You can also call 09 904 4753. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Well, we are sure the EFCC won't get tired of preaching about being upright, and we will always seek collaboration, as we cannot do it alone. Parents, teachers, and the society as a whole should please do their part in seeing corruption being brought to its barest minimum. Religion is the way of life of the people. The history of religion is as old as man himself. Religion holds an integral part in fostering peace, unity, development, and stands in the moral position to shape the society. In Nigeria, it exists in great varieties, and majority of the people are religious faithfuls. As a preventive measure, which is part of our mandate, the Eagle crew went to seek religious input into the fight against corruption. The special report on religion as a tool to fight corruption is compiled by Emmanuel Sani and is presented by Martha Eche. Please sit back and enjoy.
Nigerians are said to be one of the most religious people in the world. It is obvious to see that there are religious organizations practically on every street in Nigeria. Yet it is reported that the country sits at the top list of corrupt countries in the world. This may seem like a contradiction. In an attempt to examine how religion can play a vital role in tackling corruption, we interacted with some religious leaders in the country to get insight into the role religion can play in building a better society.
I would say we've tried our best. We've not done badly, but I think we could still do more. Religious institutions, I'm sure we have been a strong born in fostering peace and unity, either on the basis of the Christian Association of Nigeria or the Nigeria Supreme Islamic Council, and especially on the platform of the NIRE, the Nigeria Interreligious Council, discussing issues of peace and different NGOs on peace and the way forward. So religious bodies have been there also to preach on evil and corruption, because that's very important.
Being a religious person is something that is emotional, and understanding the religion is something that is intellectual, right? So probably the way I look at it is that we understand religion to be just performing the rituals of the religion, going to the mosques to pray, going to the church to do church service, and probably giving your offerings, tithes, and giving some sadaqah or zakat to the imam and all of that. But quite honestly, when you assess our understanding of the religion, most especially the understanding of the generality of the matters of the religion, I would say it's poor. We still need to come to the occasion of understanding that religion has to do with all aspects of our lives. I'm not just a Muslim in the mosque, I'm also a Muslim in my office. I'm a Muslim in the market, in my interactions with people. As a taxi person, I'm a Muslim and I should exhibit my being Muslim as a taxi person. I'm a Muslim when I'm interacting with a conductor, when I'm being the conductor. I'm a Muslim when I'm selling maize by the roadside, or if I'm a Christian, then I should be a Christian while doing that and all of that. What does that mean is that being a religious person, whether Muslim or Christian, whatever religion it is, should guide your conduct in whatever you're doing.
When Bishop Praise was asked if religious institutions have played a significant role in tackling corruption in Nigeria, this is what he had to say.
Where righteousness is, we discover that nation makes progress. So religious bodies and preachers, imams, pastors, we emphasize on the fact of the fear of God in the lives of people. And someone will say, with all the churches in Nigeria, why do we still have crime? With all the people going to church and going to mosques? And I asked them, assuming those churches were not there and getting people born again and saved, I don't know what would have happened. Probably nobody would have been free to walk on the streets. But a number of people have still been changed, touched, converted, and helped, to live better lives. So I think the religious bodies are trying their best.
Professor Yusuf gave an insight on what Islam says about corruption.
ومن الناس من يعجبك قوله في الحياة الدنيا ويشهد الله على ما في قلبه وهو ألد الخصام وإذا تولى سعى في الأرض ليفسد فيها ويهلك الحرث والنسل والله لا يحب الفساد. Human beings have the tendency of being corrupt, and that is why Allah is warning us that Allah doesn't love people who are corrupt.
The clergymen lent their voices on what they think the anti-corruption agencies need to do in using religion to fight corruption.
Well, I think the government should allow the churches especially, let me talk on for the churches. I don't know for my brothers on the other side, but for the churches, they must be able to probably, before any church is registered in Corporate Affairs Commission, probably they should go through CAN, and then CAN has the 5 blocks that makes up CAN, Catholics, the Anglican, the CCC, CN, and all of the blocks that make up the Christian Association of Nigeria, to be like a clearing house. Just like in Abuja, I remember some years back, I had to endorse some churches that were looking for land from the FCT. Now, you cannot get land straight from the FCT minister without an endorsement from the Christian Association of Nigeria or the Christian bloc from which you came from. If we can introduce that in the issues of registration and moderation, a lot of fake churches or people who just wake up and just do all kinds of things and without being monitored will be monitored.
So first thing I would say is we should have a proper understanding of the religion itself. We, the people that talk on behalf of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are in a mess, a very big mess for that matter, in 2 ways. One, if we have any understanding of the religion that is less of being encompassing, we're in trouble because we are going to preach it wrongly. Two, if we have that kind of understanding and refuse to try to elevate our understanding of the religion, the kind of understanding that the scholars themselves have about Islam, and then after having this kind of understanding, preaching it in terms of probably organizing workshops, organizing conferences, using this kind of understanding in their sermons and Jumu'at, prayers, then any gatherings that they have, any meetings that they have, they keep preaching to people that look, you need to go above do's and don'ts into really loving Allah and loving what is godly and angelic.
It is obvious over the years too that some religious institutions do not sometimes represent the interest of the people. Rather than speak truth to power, they collude with corrupt politicians and individuals to deceive the public and profit themselves. It is actually a wake-up call for religion and its faithful to stand for holiness, moral and ethical standards for the society in such a way that honest living can be achieved. They must not live by only percept, but also by precept.
Every one of us will have a responsibility in this country. A lot of times we are shouting government this, government that, government this, government that. In the little areas we are expected to do our little part. We are not doing it. Yeah. Is it government that breaks the traffic light? Is it the government when I'm driving home? Most times I'm driving against, people are driving coming against me. Instead of following the right route, they are just coming straight on a route they should not follow. Simple things we should do, we are blaming government for. The change has to start with us as individuals. And so our fight against corruption has to be decent, and it has to be thorough, and we have to do it with wisdom and with a fear of God.
And what it seems to me is all these anti-corruption agencies, from the perspective of scholars, religious people, preachers, priests, Christians and Muslims, all of them, is that these anti-corruption agencies are working in isolation from them, and it shouldn't be so. They should try to carry the scholars, the priests, the imams, they should be able to carry them along, invite them, organize a workshop, talk to them, tell them that this is what we are doing, and we know the people of the country listen to you, then help us do this. Organize an activity that you will do together with them, and do it in form of train the trainer. Let them go back with that message. Let them include that message in their sermons. Let them include that message in their services in the churches, in the mosques, in the synagogues, and all places.
A Nigeria of our dreams is achievable if only we come together as a nation to fight this common enemy called corruption by doing what is ethical and morally right. It is our collective responsibility. Be the change. Martha Eche, The Eagle.
Thank you, Professor Kabir Yusuf and Bishop Praise, for lending your voices in this fight. All hands must be on deck for the fight against corruption to be won. And with that, we have come to the end of today's episode of The Eagle. You too can be part of this program by sending your inquiries and suggestions to The Eagle at EFCCnigeria.org, or follow us on all our social media platforms at official EFCC. You can also send your petitions to info@efccnigeria.org. I leave you with this quote from the Quran that says, "Whoever recommends and helps a good cause become a partner therein."